Hi you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new vlog. Welcome to like a little kickoff to spring vlog. There's a bunny in the backyard. That's so magical. That's how spring and cottagecore was that? I can't say it too loud because Stella loves to hunt bunnies. She doesn't get them, but she loves to chase after them. So anyways, happy first day of spring if you guys are watching this on Tuesday. It is a really rainy, dreary day here, but it's warm. So it's just like, you know, April showers bring May flowers. March and April showers bring May flowers. That's what I'm trying to remind myself. I've never really been a huge spring person in the sense of flowers and color. I have my whole life just been a very neutral fall person, I guess you could say. I love spring and summer weather, don't get me wrong, but I feel like my season to shine is fall. But now that we have this beautiful home and we have a backyard and we can actually do things in the backyard and in the front yard, I'm just so excited. I've never been so excited for spring in my life. I didn't know we lived in a condo before, so we couldn't really plant anything. We couldn't have flower boxes. We really couldn't do much. We always got in trouble for putting things on the porch and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to have a backyard and a front yard and get flower boxes and flowers and hydrangeas. And I'm honestly just so excited, and I feel like I'm entering this like really fun, colorful era of mine, and I can't wait to take you guys along. So if you guys are new here, hi, my name's Carter. I'm 26. I'm turning 27 this year, and I talk all about getting through life in your 20s unfiltered. Anyways, like I mentioned, I'm a big fall Halloween girly, so I did a really fun video series in the fall that I feel like was just so great for my creativity. I obviously just love to film day-to-day life, but it is fun to kind of incorporate creative elements to my videos too, and I feel like seasons are a really great way to do that. So I'm really excited for this little fun spring series. And yeah, I honestly don't even know where to start. It's kind of one of those days where I was like, am I ready to film spring content yet? And I'm like, well, tomorrow is the first day of spring. Like, I don't make the rules. Regardless of the weather, tomorrow is the first day of spring, so we kind of just gotta go for it, right? I just have a question. Who comes up with what the first day of the season is gonna be? Like, who makes that date up? I would love to know, and I'm gonna Google it after because I'm really curious. Like, who says Tuesday, March 19th is the first day of spring? Because last year it was March 20th, which was a Monday. So how are we deciding the first day of spring? I'm just ready for spring. March is like a really weird weather season in Ontario and in Canada. The weather is either like in the 70s or it's snowing in the 40s. Like literally this weekend, it was like 65 degrees and sunny. Matt did a ton of yard work. And then today, this morning, it's snowing. The snow's melted now because it's too warm for it to stay, but it's still snowing. And it's just kind of interesting. But I feel like maybe spring is something we can manifest. Maybe if we like get the house decorated for spring, get our spring dresses and like all those things out, spring will come sooner, or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself as someone with seasonal depression and just mental health with a mind of its own in general. Like, it just makes me happy. So we're just going to roll with it, and you can definitely tell it's spring because there are so many squirrels. Delilah goes crazy over the squirrels, so I can't say that word. Bunnies and squirrels. But there's like birds flying around. There's bunnies and squirrels just like running around the backyard, and the birds are chirping. It's definitely like a little bit on the warmer side, which is good, but it definitely kind of, I don't know, it was giving me all the feels of spring. So without further ado, let's jump into my plan for today. I am marking off today as like a me day. And my me days always change, but today it's going to be definitely like a spring me day. I had a really nice little morning this morning, which you guys would have seen. I had my coffee, my first coffee, and I finally flipped through the Tea Dragon Society. I took it out from the library about a month ago, and I've been holding on to it and renewing it ever since because I didn't realize it was divided up by seasons. And I thought that would be the perfect book to just read on a morning where we're getting ready for spring. We had a really busy weekend. I was doing home projects and running around, so I really wanted to have a nice slow morning. So we just had a nice cozy little morning. I'd love to get in a little coloring session this afternoon. It's definitely gonna, like I said, be a bit more of like a me day, self-care day on top of doing spring things. And I'm really excited to spend the day together. I wanna bring out my spring box. I've only really started accumulating spring decor and pieces, I'd probably say over the last like year. My issue is that a lot of spring pieces are Easter themed, and we're just not huge Easter people. Like, Easter is fun, but I just don't want Easter decor in my house. I want it to be spring. So I've definitely gravitated more towards just colorful pieces, blankets, gingham, florals. And so I want to go through my box that I've just kind of thrifted over the last year, or I do have a few pieces I've picked up recently, but most of it is just thrifted stuff. And I feel like it's best to thrift for every season throughout the year. I think that's just how you get the best stuff, is to just have an open mind. Like, if I saw something for Christmas at the thrift store this week, I would buy it and just put it in the Christmas box. So I'm excited to see what's in there because I haven't really touched it since we moved. Like I just kind of brought the spring box to this house and I haven't looked in it. I'd love to do a little DIY, and I'm calling it spring because it has to do with blue gingham and that feels very springy to me. But we're gonna do a fun little DIY. I got some books from the library, so I wanna give you guys a spring little TBR. What else? I already changed the sheets on the bed, so that's been done. Let me take a look actually at my list and kind of see. I also want to do a little bit of a closet refresh. I know it's so cheesy to do like spring cleaning, but I just think it's a great time to go through your wardrobe. I'm going to do kind of what I did with the winter jackets is I'm going to just take my winter clothes, so like my really heavy sweaters, and put them in a box, but leave them out in case I need them. Our winter jackets are packed away. Like, well, they're in a box in the back room, but we did need them last week, so I was able to take them out. So I want to kind of transition my closet over, take my dresses out. I'm such a big dress person in the summer, honestly. They're just so quick and easy and you feel so put together. I love dresses, and we recently put up a closet in our house, so I haven't even taken them out yet. So kind of want to just do a bit of a closet refresh. I really wanted to like go out with a bang and make like a spring dessert and a spring cocktail, but I think I'm going to wait on that for the next spring video, which should be out either Sunday or Tuesday of next week, just because I don't really have any ingredients to bake with and I still don't have a car because Matt doesn't have a car, so he has my car. So today's a very like at-home spring day because we can't really go anywhere. This vlog hopefully will be like some spring baking. I want to do like a little cocktail competition with Matt, but it has to be like spring, so it has to be like a fun color. Maybe do a little bit of spring decor shopping, cross the border, go to TJ Maxx. What else could we do? Oh, go through like our spring mood board, maybe make a little like spring bucket list and all that stuff. So I hope you guys are excited, and I feel like not jam packing these vlogs is so much better too because it's a lot more realistic. And yeah, but welcome to the vlog. Here are all of the spring goodies we've accumulated in the last year. Some of it like a bit more recent than others you may have seen in thrift hauls. This frame, which I showed in my recent thrift with me, and I actually just rub and buffed the frame. I love rub and buff so much. It's the best. Such a pretty floral print. I think I'm gonna keep it. There's nothing better than when you thrift a good frame and a good print and you don't have to change anything about it besides the frame color. So I love that. I just don't know where it's gonna go yet. Also thrifted this blanket this weekend. It's so soft. I think it might have been a kid's blanket because it's a little bit on the smaller side, but this was $2.99 at Value Village. How cute. It's got some like tassels at the bottom. I'm not sure if it's homemade or not, but it's so pretty. I thought it would look really nice over a chair or something. Okay, I wouldn't say this is necessarily springy, but I do want to get to this today. And I mean, I guess it kind of is because it has flowers on it, but I want to transition our current recipe folder to this guy that I got on Amazon. It has some really beautiful hydrangeas on it, just because our recipe thing, I can show you guys after, but it has slots, kind of like a file folder, and I thought that this would be easier because I could just put them in the clear, oh my gosh, what is the word for those clear things? You know, the clear things, and then I could see them better and not have to kind of pull them out of the file folder. So I thought that we could do that together maybe later, and I just thought it was kind of springy and fun. I love the checker print with the hydrangeas. This is actually a recent find from Michael's. I got this on clearance because they were doing like 60% off their spring stuff. How beautiful is this? It's a blue hydrangea, but it has like text in the back of it. Like it's almost over a book page. I thought this was stunning. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, and if I don't have a home for it, I can return it, but I just thought this was super beautiful and kind of like minimally spring. I really love stuff like this. It's not like in your face Easter. I thrifted this pink gingham quilt as well. The other side is really pretty too. It's just got like a bunch of spring colors. I love having quilts for the different seasons, and I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this yet, but oh, I never even took the tag off of it. But I really love this. Now we're diving into the bin. This is one of my only recent finds as well. I have to try it and see how I feel about it, but I picked up this tablecloth at HomeSense this past weekend. I loved that it had the blue hydrangeas, but it was more of like almost a quilty feel, how it was like mismatching little squares. So I'll have to try this and see what we think, but I also have a runner in here, so I don't know, I might save this for Easter. I picked this up for when we moved, and then it snowed because we moved in November, so I never got to use it, but it's just a like woven outdoor mat that goes underneath your doormat. Just some spring tea towels. You can obviously tell that I love blue. Oh, this is the runner that I got. I actually got this on clearance last year for spring. It's so pretty, and I never ended up using it. It's a layered one, which I have seen it this year as well. If you guys are interested, you can definitely still get it. They had other ones as well, but it's just like a layered It's a layered table runner, which I just absolutely love. And I love that you could use them individually if you wanted. Like they do come apart. Got some more tea towels. We've got some oven mitts. This is like the only piece of Easter decor I have. I thrifted this because we're hosting Easter this year. I thought it would look kind of cute with a candle in it. Literally the only piece of Easter decor I own. Okay, we've got a few mugs. I don't have a ton of spring ones, but I've got this pink checkered one. And then these two, I have seen these this year as well. These are from HomeSense last year, but they have a whole line of these kind of, they almost look ceramic-y because they have indents in them, like floral line. I have 2 of them. And what else? I randomly have some sleep shorts in here. Oh yeah, these are from Giant Tiger. They have the best. They're like $6. Super soft as well. I must have picked these up at the end of last year. This frame that I thrifted in a recent video. And then I have a few spring books that I guess like I didn't have out on the bookcase. So I have Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I have an Anna Green Gables graphic novel. Oh, I love this version. This is the Puffin and Bloom version of Pride and Prejudice. And I really want to get the other ones in this as well. I think it's so beautiful, not only to just read, but to display. The Secret Garden. Shared this in a recent thrift haul, but it's just like a little gardening book that I thought would be just so cute to kind of have out and maybe like open on a page. And then I have 2 spring puzzles. So this one is so cute. It has a little black lab. It's a little flower shop. Maybe we'll do a little puzzle today. And then I also just have this one as well. I think this one was from like Marshall's last year, but another little like garden-y one. So that's kind of the extent of my spring decor. But I figured we could kind of like go through this, put things away, and maybe decorate a little bit to get us in the mood. Maybe put on some music. And yeah. I'm still working on this coffee. It's definitely cold now, but that's okay. It just started snowing again, so I love that for me. Honestly, today was actually a really good day to film this because I definitely feel like I'm getting into that like, is it spring, is it winter depressive episode? And it's so funny because I know this happens every year. We get this first glimpse of spring in like early March and I get so giddy excited. I'm like, fuck winter, winter's over, I'm putting away the jackets. But then I know that it's gonna flip flop a few more times to winter to spring to winter to spring. But it's like I forget every year. And so we're definitely in a flip flop right now that like Saturday was so warm. It was like probably in the high 50s, sunny. Matt was like out doing yard work in a t-shirt. And today it's snowing. I want to take some time for myself before I jump into work for the week tomorrow. And so I think I want to watch Pride and Prejudice. I have never watched it before in my life. I can't believe I'm saying that. I've read the book, but I've never watched the movie. A lot of conflicting responses in terms of which movie and like which remake to watch, but I think I'm gonna watch the Keira Knightley one first. That's the one that I feel like the most people recommended. And like I said, maybe do some coloring, a puzzle, just have a little bit of a me afternoon. I think that could be really, really nice to just kind of balance out the day. And yeah, go to the gym, make dinner, all that kind of stuff. But I'll probably end this vlog like in the afternoon. It's like 11-ish right now. I'm gonna eat breakfast, take the dogs for a WALK. I'm gonna wait for it to stop raining to try and walk up to get some flowers. So I'm not too sure the order of things we're gonna do, but I'm gonna check the weather app and see when it's supposed to stop raining. I'm waiting for it to be a little bit brighter in the closet to do my closet refresh. And if not, I might have to film a little bit tomorrow morning before work. We'll see. It's really dark in there right now. We have a really small window and I tried to film and it's not really working. So we might have to do that later. I feel like the house is so like bright and florally and fun. I'm really, really loving it. I'm like really in my blue hydrangea era. I don't know if I'm trying to be like a coastal grandma or like an English cottage countryside girly, but I'm just loving it so much. So really happy with how everything's turning out. I'm gonna finish this coffee, make some breakfast. I'll probably heat this coffee up and I'll chat with you guys in a little bit. Guys, here's the main problem. We have this tiny window in our closet room, and so it's just really dark here. But I really want to get this kind of organized and sorted through. I honestly haven't really gone through our clothes since we've moved, and I really want to do a little bit of a declutter, go through all the spring stuff, bathing suits, stuff like that, take out all my summer clothes, and yeah. So I think we're going to try and do this. I just got to find a good spot for you guys to be, and I got to find a home for this clothing rack somewhere. All right, plan of attack. I want to go through just what I already have first, get this organized, and then the dresses are going to go here in this like little empty compartment. So go through and see like what I wore this winter, what I didn't, what I want to put away. For example, I love this sweater, but it's definitely giving more like fall vibes, so I don't really need to keep that out. It's the dress that we got engaged in. I love this dress so much. It's from Princess Paul. It looks so tiny. It's like a little romper. Oh, this is so sweet. This is making me so excited to go to Florida in May, taking out all these fun summer clothes. I feel like everybody has a go-to wedding guest dress, and this is mine. It's from Marshall's. I wear this to every single wedding we go to. I cannot be bothered to buy a new dress for a wedding guest. Like, sorry, I will be outfit repeating without a doubt. All right, you guys, I feel like we have paint swatches everywhere in our house, but here she is. I just sorted through my t-shirts, my sweaters. I put some of like my more thicker winter sweaters away. We've got jeans and shorts. I definitely need to still figure out how I want to sort these because the closet is pretty new to us. I've got like sweats and like my linen pants. This is leggings, skirts, and then I think work pants, and then I just bring clothes. It's so nice to see so much color in the closet. So important if you're someone like me who doesn't have a ton of room in their closet to take everything out and look at it, spend some time with it like for the next little bit before jumping into buying any fashion, because you'll realize that you have a lot more than you think. So whew, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm hitting the afternoon slump, which is why I'm glad we did like all the decorating and stuff this morning and the closet clean out. This house is a disaster, and one thing I want to know, because you guys know I'm always keeping it real, even if this is a more like seasonally curated video, I always want to keep it real with you guys, and I'm gonna put some clips in of what the rest of our house looks like right now, because one may watch this video and think like, wow, her house is so tidy and clean and decorated and cute, but the reality is that we are currently doing a bathroom renovation, and when I'm filming things like this, I don't really clean up after myself because I'm just like vlog. So the kitchen is a disaster, and mentally I'm feeling a little anxious, to be quite honest. And also the weather's not helping. It's one of those days where it's flipping between rain, snow, and then when it's not raining or snowing, it's super windy. No one can relate. This is like very niche, but I went to take the dogs for a walk, and you ever like walking and you're like, oh, it's not windy, and then you get like hit with the wind and you instantly become cranky? That was me on the walk. I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm not in the mood for this shit today. So we're not feeling the greatest mentally, but that's okay, because we're going to talk about my favorite thing, which is books, and then we're going to have a nice relaxing afternoon. It's gonna be great. We're gonna do a little DIY craft. We're gonna watch a little movie, and honestly, it's gonna be really fun, but I also do need to clean this house up at the same time. So the TBR is really big. If you guys know me, I'm a mood reader, so I would rather have like 20 books on a TBR for the next few months and just be able to kind of like pick and choose at my leisure which one I'm in the mood for, than pick 5 and be like, you have to read these 5 books. That just doesn't work for me as a mood reader. So these are a mix of books that either have spring elements to them, so they're like very cottagecore, springy, gardeny, or they have just flowers on the front of them. They may not even be a spring book, or I just want to read them. So, first one is my Fairy Loot edition of A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft, which I believe is a romantasy book. And I heard it was like Bridgerton vibes, but fantasy. So I'm really excited to read this. And you cannot tell me that this cover does not scream spring to you. And then look at the sprayed edges. I mean, come on. It's like literally the most beautiful book I've ever seen in my entire life. I have no idea what this is about because I removed the dust jacket on it, but I'm sure it's gonna be great. Next book is a book that Darling Desi recommended. I DM'd her and asked her if she had any book recommendations for like spring cottagecore cozy vibes. And she recommended Flower Heart by Catherine Bakewell, and this is also stunning. Look how cute the back of it is. I'm not too sure what this is about. It just says, Claire's magic has always been wild. It's never been dangerous. A simple touch causes poisonous flowers to bloom in her father's chest. The only way to heal him is to cast an extremely difficult spell that requires control, and the only person willing to help her is her former best friend. Okay, I'm assuming this is like a little friends to strangers to lovers, and I'm excited to read that. So we have Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen, and this recommendation came from Allison Bickerstaff. She posted on her story one of those like blind date books, and I think it said like Practical Magic meets an Encyclopedia of Fairies, or like Practical Magic set in the spring, and I was like, I need to read this. Not too sure what this is about. I'm assuming, is it witches, gardens, witches, something like that. Okay, next I just have a few literary fiction books because I'm really just in my lit fic era, honestly. First is My Year of Rest and Relaxation, which I feel like everyone knows. It kind of gives spring vibes, maybe from just like the title font color. But this just says, the shocking and strangely tender story of a young woman's efforts to duck the ills of the world with the help of one of the worst psychiatrists in the annals of literature. Annals of literature? How do you say that? A Delicious Life by Nell Stevens, which I've talked about this before, but I got this recommendation from Big Book Lady. I believe her name is Lauren, and this is basically about a ghost who dies in a monastery and then like 400 years later starts having an affair with the family that moves in, like the husband and the wife or something. I don't know, but it had lemons or peaches or something on it, and it kind of was giving spring energy. Ripe by Sarah Rose Etter. Once again, like pomegranates, it was kind of giving spring energy, honestly. It's a book about a woman in the Silicon Valley who must decide how much she's willing to give up for success. I believe this is about a girl who has her like dream job, and then she finds herself pregnant. Women in their 20s or 30s in literary fiction books. And then last lit fic book I have is Boy Parts by Eliza Clark, which I believe this is about a girl who is quit, or she's taking a sabbatical from her like dead-end job, and she starts taking explicit photos of men on the streets, and then she's invited to like display her work around Irina's consuming relationship with her best friend and a shy young man from her local supermarket who have attracted her attention. So I'm really curious to see what this is about. This is truly the most random pile of books. Next we have The Grace Year by Kim Leger. It's pink, which is why I included it on this list. Wholeheartedly picked because of how cute the front of it was. But this is Shady Hollow by Juno Black, a murder mystery book. How cute is that cover? The first book in the Shady Hollow series, in which we are introduced to the village of Shady Hollow, a place where woodland creatures live together in harmony until a toad turns up dead and the local reporter has to solve the case. It just sounds like a cute, fun time. So really excited to read this. Sounds very quirky and fun and delightful, and a good little quick spring read. Next we have Belladonna. Speaks for itself, very floral, but I'm scared that this is going to give more fall energy than spring. We have The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, which I feel like this really gives Bridgerton vibes. I don't know why I'm talking like this. This is by India Holton. Honestly, the cover is just absolutely stunning. A prim and proper lady thief must save her aunt from a crazy pirate and his henchmen in this fantastical historical romance. Everyone said this is like a good laugh out loud book, so I feel like this would be a good palette cleanser from some of like the lit fic and horror books I'm about to talk about. This will be my first Rachel Harrison book, Black Sheep. I just thought the cover, it's pink. This is like, when you think of spring, you don't think of a horror book, but I do. So here we go. Really excited about this. Cynical 20-something must confront her unconventional family's dark secrets in this fiery, irreverent horror novel. So I'm really excited to read this. And then lastly, we have The Drowning Kind by Jennifer McMahon, which I wanted to pick a thriller / horror book that had flowers on the cover to really give the spring energy. Also does not include any new releases in April or May. So wish me luck. I guess we'll do a little touch base maybe in June to see how many of these I actually read. But that is my TBR for the spring. I am definitely hitting a little bit of an afternoon slump. I feel like I need a little sweet treat or something, honestly. So my plan is I need to find these books a home. like on a shelf or something that I can pick from. Actually, maybe I'll put them in a little pile, and then when Matt puts up the second floating shelf, I can put them all up on there. That feels like a good idea. And I really need to clean up before I relax for the rest of the day. So I think I'm gonna do that, and then we can do our little DIY. And yeah, but I hope you guys are enjoying the vlog so far. Let's go find a little sweet treat. It's craft time with Carter. That goes together so well. Wow. I wanted to share this in the spring video because I feel like if you have a fun scrapbook paper, it would be a fun spring craft to do. If you have like blue gingham or pink or even, I don't know, just like a pastel color, I feel like it's a fun way to like zhuzh up a frame. It's very special to us, as you can tell from how crumpled it is. And I wanted a way to display it, but it was kind of boring like this. This is the receipt for the margaritas that we bought quite literally 5 minutes before we got engaged. I had no idea we were getting engaged. But when I did it like this, it obviously didn't look very cute. So I got the idea to put some like fun spring paper behind it. And obviously, like you guys know, we have a lot of blue in our home. So I thought this would look the best. I got this from Michael's. It's double-sided. I would have preferred even smaller gingham if I could. But the great thing is I can always switch it out depending on the season, which is kind of fun. So I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to, I mean, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to take the glass piece, stencil it, cut it, and put it in the frame. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. That was so cute. I wish the receipt wasn't as crumpled, but I don't think there's really much I can do about it. And I think this is such a fun DIY for spring. You could totally just put like a nice, you could even honestly do it, see print, and just have the gingham peeking through a little bit. I think that would be really pretty as well. So anyways, I love this so much. Okay, you guys, I just walked up to get some flowers. Was that a good idea? No, because now I'm in a cranky mood because it is freezing and windy and snowy. Look how pretty the flowers I bought are. I'm gonna try and make 2 bouquets out of this. I have no idea what I'm doing, like at all. This is like live bouquet making with Carter, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. That might honestly be kind of cute. Put these kind of just like on the side. Okay, honestly, that doesn't look too bad. I feel like I did a decent job. Hope you guys enjoyed this spring video where we just make flower bouquets, even though we don't know what we're doing. And then this one, I'm just gonna probably end up the rest of the baby's breath because I love baby. Who doesn't love baby's breath? Like, it's so pretty, you know? Honestly, I think I did a pretty good job. I just gotta figure out where to put them.